Tonight, a story about the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy that has yet to be told.
And while the company's CEO is walking away with millions of dollars, some former employees say that they've been left with nothing but broken promises.
And as Fox 5's Arnold Diaz, well, he went looking for answers. Arnie, what'd you find?
Well, let me tell you, there's been so much talk about this fiscal crisis, about statistics and dollar figures. But tonight, we put a face on the human toll of the Lehman Brothers bankruptcy. Former employees who feel betrayed by their company and shocked to learn how much money their CEO made. We went looking for that CEO.
Shame, shame, shame.
Wait a second.
Get out of easy.
I'm Arnold Diaz. I'm here to see Mr. Fuld. I'm Arnold Diaz from Fox 5. Here.
I don't care. Get out of here.
We'd come to this Connecticut mansion to see Richard Fuld, the poster boy of Wall Street greed, the longtime CEO of Lehman Brothers, which went bankrupt in September, triggering financial shockwaves worldwide.
I feel horrible about what has happened to the company and its effects on so many.
When he was hauled before a congressional committee, Fuld refused to take the blame for the largest bankruptcy in history, but did say he feels bad for the company's employees.
I feel a deep personal connection to those 28,000 great people, many of whom have dedicated their entire careers to Lehman Brothers.
It just looks fake to me. He's not really broken up.
But at the end of the day, I'm not sure he can look himself in the face in the mirror.
These former Lehman employees came to Fox 5 to tell their story. They are not fat cat investment bankers. They were the support staff, loyal employees of a company that they say misled them, then abandoned them.
I put my whole life into Lehman. My whole life.
Julie Salvatore from Brooklyn, communications analyst, 28 years at Lehman, laid off in March without any notice or apology.
Started in the mailroom. I worked my way up.
Carmine Pagano from Staten Island, business planning, 40 years with Lehman, close to retirement when he was let go in June.
We were the heart of the firm. That's what they always told us. We were the heart of the firm. One firm, everybody gets treated equal. And that wasn't it.
Doreen Baird from Bethpage, executive assistant, 12 years at Lehman, laid off in September.
He just said, I'm so sorry to do this to you, but I have to let you go. We've dissolved your position. And since this happened, I've actually been very, very depressed and struggling with it because I had a lot of my identity at the firm.
Joanne Smith from Brooklyn in Lehman's communications department for 30 years, let go in September.
The rug seems to have been pulled out from under us.
The layoffs were painful, but Lehman promised each of them 52 weeks of severance payable bi-weekly.
I would have been entitled to 1 year's salary, a separation bonus.
I was supposed to get paid until August of '09.
Each of them declined to take the smaller lump sum severance payment offered because no one told them what bad shape Lehman was in.
I think we were deceived.
I definitely didn't see that the company was going to go bankrupt in 5 days after getting laid off.
On September 30th, Lehman sent this letter. We're disappointed to inform you that as a result of the bankruptcy, you will not receive a payment on October 3rd, 2008, or thereafter.
I don't think that any of us thought the firm would just leave us out to flounder, which is exactly what happened.
You lost everything. Your 401k. I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
It's been just really, really hard for me because I have a 7-year-old that I have to raise and take care of.
It's a slap in the face.
Their anger only increased when 1 week later, they heard their boss, Richard Fuld, questioned by a congressional committee about how much money he made.
The bottom line is that since 2000, you've taken home more than $480 million. That's almost $500 million. And that's difficult to comprehend for a lot of people. Your company is now bankrupt, our economy is in a state of crisis, but you get to keep $480 million. I have a very basic question for you. Is this fair?
He never answered that question. Instead, he said because the value of his stock options had gone down, he didn't really make almost $500 million.
I would say to you the 500 number is not accurate. I believe my cash compensation was close to $60 million, which you have indicated here. And I believe the amount that I took out of the company over and above that was, I believe, a little bit less than $250 million. Still a large number, though.
Over $300 million, much of it in bonuses, including a $22 million bonus Fuld took in March of this year, the same month Julie Salvatore and other employees were being laid off.
I can't wrap my arms around how people feel that they deserve this kind of money.
The cream of the crop got the first cut. They all got their bonuses, but those of us who were down in the trenches wound up with nothing.
We have lots of questions for Richard Fuld about the millions he took, about the broken promises to loyal employees. Unfortunately, Fuld is not an easy man to find.
We looked for him at Lehman's Midtown offices, where Fuld is still the company's CEO, working with the bankruptcy restructuring team.
We're here to see Richard Fuld.
Can't film me like that.
We went to this Park Avenue apartment building where Fuld bought a co-op for $21 million last year. The doorman said the apartment's being renovated.
But he lives here.
He never moved in, though.
So we took a trip to Connecticut.
Here we are at Mr. Fuld's Greenwich, Connecticut mansion.
There was no gate, not even an intercom, so we drove right in, past the tennis court, past the pool house. We're told he even has an indoor squash court. It took a while for us to reach the actual mansion, where we were not exactly given a warm greeting.
What are you looking for?
I'm Arnold Diaz from... Here, right here. Wait a second. Wait a second.
Get out of here. Easy.
I'm Arnold Diaz. I'm here to see Mr. Fuld. I'm Arnold Diaz from Fox 5. Here.
I don't care. Get out of here.
He eventually took my business card and went inside, and then apparently called the police.
Oh, we came to see Mr. Fuld.
You're on private property.
Yeah, I know. I came
Subject
up.
to arrest.
We left. We don't know if Fuld was actually in the house. He could have been in one of his other homes.
You have a $14 million oceanfront home in Florida. You have a summer vacation home in Sun Valley, Idaho. Yet you and your wife have an art collection filled with million-dollar paintings.
Clearly, Richard Fuld is still living large, while these employees try to pick up the pieces of their lives.
Who's going to hire me? Where am I going to get a job? How am I going to pay my bills? Unemployment's gone.
Struggling to pay a mortgage.
Christmas is coming, so it's hard to explain to a 7-year-old that you can't really afford to give her the things that you used to be able to. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was going to get this.
That's fine.
I wake up every single night thinking, what could I have done differently? I can look right at you and say, this is a pain that will stay with me for the rest of my life.
But nobody here is shedding any tears for Richard Fuld. They wish he'd put his money where his mouth is.
I don't understand how he could go on national TV and say that he's so broken up about his employees and he wishes there was something he could do when he knows he could write one simple check and fix all of us that were laid off in one simple motion. You know, one of his bonuses could cover us. Half of one of his bonuses could cover us. I mean, it's outrageous.
So into our Fox 5 Hall of Shame, we induct Richard Fuld for bringing Lehman to ruin, leaving loyal, hard-working employees with nothing.
Shame, shame, shame.
Now, a Lehman spokesman told us Mr. Fuld was not available for an interview. Fuld will step down as CEO at the end of the year, but will remain as the non-management chairman of the board. He won't receive a bonus this year, but will collect his $750,000 salary. In the meantime, federal prosecutors are now actively investigating Lehman's collapse and Fuld's role in it. As for the ex-employees we spoke with, they and other former staffers have hired an attorney with an eye towards a possible class action lawsuit.
Arnold, your heart goes out to these people that you talk to who have bills, responsibilities, mortgages, you name it, and they're only representative of, what, 15,000 people that were let go.
At least that many were let go from Lehman Brothers. Right.
What a painful thing that is for all of these people.
Very much so. And, you know, there's this list of creditors in bankruptcy court. These people aren't even on the list, which is one reason why they've hired an attorney now.
You'll continue to stay on the story?
We will.
Thank you, Arnold.